Hey everybody, it's been a minute. I've been out, but I brought you some highlights back from the Chattanooga Hip Hop Festival in Chattanooga, Tennessee that I just did this past weekend. More content is coming out, but take a look at some highlights from the show.
Publishing is huge. It's the foundation. It's like they said, it's based on the copyright for the performing arts copyright, otherwise known as the musical work, otherwise known as the composition, otherwise known as the publishing. Right? It's got 5 rights that goes with it. Right? That's public display, public performance, distribution, derivative works, and reproduction. Right? With those rights, you got rights to exercise those rights under United States Code Section 15, right? That's rental, leasing, lending, and just all out selling on that stuff, all right? So if you really want to know how to make money with your music, it starts with the foundation of what you write, what's in your heart, what's in your soul. But if you don't tell the government that you own it, you can tell everybody else you own it. But if someone double cross you and try to take it, and you didn't tell the government that you owned it, and it's up for the taking, baby, because no attorney gonna take that unless they know without a shadow of a doubt that they're gonna win. That's publishing. It's the heart of all songs, composition, musical work. Really, a lot of people take that first bag that come, right? And it's just, hey man, I'm getting out the hood, like, and I'm on my way to get my mama her house, but really, that's not really your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is to say what you gotta say on the mic and do it to the best of your ability and make the most money you can possibly make, right? So a lot of people, they come to the table and they take that bag because they're hungry. I get it. But when you take that bag, man, like it's something that comes with it. And a lot of it is because you lose those masters. And those masters keep feeding, you know what I mean? So you want to keep your masters, stay independent as long as you can. But make sure the copyrights is registered, because that is going to let people know who owns this, right? Pay me. Because when you give it to a record label for 2.5 or 1.75 or even a low boy at 250, right? It's going to take you a minute to make that money back depending on what they put in the market. All right? And when it's gone, they ain't giving it back. And if they want to give it back, they probably going to tell you, hey, look, this is the price, but you're like, yo, this 10 times the price of what you paid me for it. You know what I mean? And this is the stuff that keep you eating when you ain't doing too many shows anymore. You know what I mean? But people still listen because you still got fans. But when these people, the radio stopped playing as much as they used to, there's people that's on Spotify that love you that's still listening. But whereas you could use that money in your pocket, record label still got that. So, yeah, I look at leverage like attention. How much attention you can get on this song, and for how little money. That's how I look at leverage, you know what I mean? Because once you got it, then you got the power. And when they come with the bag, they saying, okay, we're gonna give you this much money, and this is how much we think you can make in X amount of time. And in their brain, they like, I hope he don't make this money back. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because that's they dangle the carrot just far, and like, you gon' like, if he got 4.7, he gonna make back like 3, 3.8, 4, 4.5, but they just put it just right there. So by the time he out the game, it's like, hey man, the song has slowed down, so it might take you another 5, 6, 7, 8 years to get that last little 300,000-400,000. Exactly, you know what I mean? But hopefully, the name of the game is when you get that money, you flip that bag. But you already done put that work in with your manager, doing the shows, because if you get the deal, you done put in they took the leverage, they paid for the leverage. Mm-hmm. So the leverage is ultimately how much attention you can get on your song for the least amount of money possible. And if you can hold out, because, if you're doing 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 million spends independently and you just start to reinvest in it, you might be all right. You might not need that publishing deal. And in the words of Curtis Mayfield, I love the way he put it, you don't sign the deal until you get out the game. Because that way, when you get old and gray, you got some retirement money, because your family don't know how to do the admin anyway, you know what I mean? And then you let your family collect the check, man. But attention, man, that's leverage. Yeah, man. Yeah, I wanna say something to that, because I'm an independent publisher. Mm-hmm. And my whole thing was I wanted to be independent of the machine. Mm-hmm. So That software you talking about? Oh, I went and found it. I knocked on them banks' doors, and I found a company in France that crunches all those numbers from Harry Fox, MLC. Like, I was sitting here yesterday, and MLC sent me a statement. I said, okay, we about this much. I told my writer, I said, look, how much you got is how much I got. I collect 15%, but I got the software. Software crunched the numbers for me. I don't even sign nobody. I'm my own company. You know what I'm saying? It's called Repertoire. It's a French, it's Repertoire. You sign up for them statements. I mean, for the Harry Fox, the user reports, the MLC, and you got, well, BMI, you know, they can say, yeah, they do all the stuff anyway. But once you got that software, boy, you can build a publishing company in Chattanooga today with the software, sign everybody in Chattanooga, run the numbers, and pay out checks in Chattanooga without Warner, Universal, all that. It's time now, man. It's time now. So go get that money, man. Sometimes, you know, and I think my shift came from when I heard one of the guys from Organized Noise say, sometimes everybody ain't no producer, man. Some people come with other gifts. So even if you a dope MC, right, and maybe your stuff, people not really feeling it from you, maybe you're not the best performer, so you didn't pop off, but the music's still dope. It doesn't mean it is dead. It just means it needs another character to perform it. If you can write, man, you can write anything. I mean, it's basically what we talked about. They're looking for, like he said, the clout. They're looking for how valuable is your ownership stake in this copyright, right? They're looking at that, and they're looking at your future potential. I mean, do you need a publishing deal? You gotta ask yourself that personally. Do you want this fast money right now, or can you just hold out a little bit? You know what I mean? Can you put the work in? I mean, there's just so many ways to answer that question. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's so many options you have when it comes to looking at publishing your options for yourself.